The RPG game 2024 is getting interesting with so many cool upcoming RPG games on mobile, but also I will put some games that have been released and playable now, but still have a huge potential to exist in 2024. I would love to thank everyone who likes this video and support this channel by commenting on the comment sections box below. Thanks. Top 10 Best Action RPG Game High Graphic 2024 for Android iOS. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. Zenon Natural Rebirth. Zenon Natural Rebirth. This new action RPG game has an action hack-and-slash combat style. We'll play as a young boy that has a dual sword on his both hands. Most of the game's cutscenes set on the school theme, with a bright ambience, but when we get into the battle, mostly in the combat will show us a darker vibes. The main goal is we need to explore the whole area that is available. Each of the area will have monster as the guardian, so we need to clear every monster we see and make sure nothing left. Then we can directly move into the next area. The combat mechanism of Zenon Natural Rebirth is really easy to play even if the basic attack will deal a bigger range effect. In a certain spot, we will find some relics that are available to provide some new ability to improve the character damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any dash button to dodge, so we need to avoid the boss incoming attack manually. So far, it feels so casual because we don't need to have any stamina or energy. So, every skill can unleash as much as we can as long as the skill duration is ready to use. The visual cutscene will present with a comic style. I really love that it has something refreshing and new. Best Action RPG Games Mobile 2024 Hack and Slash for Android iOS. Blitz Soul Resonance. Blitz Soul Resonance. Yes, finally developer released the actual game's footage in a perfect action at all. Just to let you know, this is one of the most popular anime action RPG is coming to mobile. The game will release on global soon. I guarantee it because the whole game subtitles is represented in English, and also I see the official website already provides the English one. So by this whole reason, I am pretty sure it will become the best action RPG 2024 on mobile, especially everyone can enjoy and understand the game. The gameplay of Blitz Soul Resonance is an action hack and slash. I am sure the developer really takes seriously on making this game into an intense gameplay. This is the first RPG that allows the player to parry the enemy's special skill and it will break. But of course, we need a high concentration to match between the timing and precision of our button and his skill. Seriously, the game's visual are really clear even though almost every combat comes in a quick combat speed. Best ARPG Games 2024 Android iOS. Metria Action Roguelite. Metria Action Roguelite. I really love this new action RPG. It has such a high graphic but really needs a small size to play it. It's about 175 MB. This game is a full action hack and slash game in roguelike gameplay. The combat mechanism of Metria Action Roguelite is we need to enter the dungeons. Each of the dungeons will have some number of stages. Every stage will respawn some monster that we need to kill them all by our sword to slash and make a combo or do a block to prevent the heavy damage by the monster. Each time we clear the stage, then we are able to activate the active skill like a fire sword, barrier, and boost new ability. We can carry out some objects and throw them at the enemy. Make sure you gear up your characters while in the lobby and pick the best equipment for your characters. Best Action Hack and Slash Game RPG 2024 for Android iOS. Into the Void. Into the Void. This is the best upcoming RPG 2024 for mobile. For sure it will. Look at how the game's graphics are really detailed for an anime visual. We'll play within 3 characters in combat. Those characters are switchable and have their own unique abilities with a variety of skills. We can unleash it when the skill is ready by increasing the gauge meter and cooldown. Basically, all of the heroes will have a gun as their primary weapon, so making a wider in a space is the great way to keep out from the enemy's distractions. The gameplay has a main goal to clear many chapters. Each chapters we will get a new storyline, but because at the end of the stages we should face the huge huge enemy that is really dangerous. Even the boss monster can deal with the area of effect skill and deal high damage. The combat mechanism of Into the Void is we can slide to dodge, jumping and lock the enemy with our gun. Hanging with our robot is possible to jump in a higher distance. Sometimes we will find some obstacle that we can only pass through by solving the puzzle. Best RPG 2024 games for Android iOS. Fallen Sun. Fallen Sun. Some of players would love to play a no autoplay RPG. This action RPG has no auto combat and no auto quest, so it's really good to kill your time by searching your main quest by yourself and also enjoying the combat mechanism manually. But seriously, I feel it takes a little delay on landing some hit into the zombie. I really hope the developer fix it faster so the score on the Play Store will not decrease. In fact, I really love how the game with a small size just lower than 1GB can has a high graphic level. I would love it when it has a voiceover when our character have a dialogue with the robot. The combat mechanism is we can use a bare hand to punch and kick, but much better, we are using the sword as the weapon to deal and absorb the HP that our sword consists of life-stealing passive skill. Every skill doesn't consume any mana or energy at all, so waiting for the cooldown is the only way to unleash those skills when it's ready. At the moment, we can only play Fallen Sun RPG on the Asia server, but it's not released in America yet. Best No Autoplay RPG Games 2024 for Android iOS. 7 Deadly Sins. 7 Deadly Sins. Finally, the developer, which Netmarble company, launched their new gameplay party or co-op mode. We will come into the boss area with 4 players on our side. We can fight side by side to kill the boss. So, this game is not MMORPG at all. This is kind of adventure RPG open world games, and we are only able to play multiplayer while in boss raid. Because the level of the boss is way too strong if we are just alone in fighting him. Unfortunately, when I saw the video, it looked like we cannot change between characters when we are in multiplayer mode, so we need to pick the best hero to participate in it. I noticed in the future that the developer will probably make a new event based on the hero suite or hero armor because our main character is based on the actual anime, so it's really limited. 7 Deadly Sins Origin is new brand anime RPG that has a beautiful and immersive world. In-game, we can enjoy the beautiful world on the ground and also under the water by diving. It's a truly magnificent experience. The combat mechanism is we can switch the characters and unleash their skill. Our main hero is able to switch the weapon like a sword and broadsword, and skill will adjust by itself. Best Game RPG 2024 for Android iOS. Crimson Storm. Crimson Storm. I don't know exactly the game's name of this Naruto game because every time it goes to Play Store, it always comes in a different name but in a similar gameplay at all. Nothing changed with the previous version. This Naruto game was just released on the Play Store and has been downloaded by 10,000 players. The camera point of view is from a top-down perspective, so we cannot clearly see the character, but it's good to see the whole area from this side. The gameplay of this Naruto game is we can get some allies on our side in combat. It will help us in dealing extra damage, but mostly it has a less damage than our main hero. Try to measure your strength by competing in the tournament. But unfortunately, the different level is way too different, but you can play this game on any devices. Best Action RPG Games 2024 for low-end phones. Roxasa Street Mobile. Roxasa Street Mobile. This game is adapted from popular anime in which the manga is well known as one of the most aggressive action. Luckily, they made a great hardcore action hack and slash game with a beautiful dark fantasy theme of combat and arena vibes. The gameplay of Roxasa Street Mobile is we will play in a single player action RPG game. We need to prepare our hero first before entering the dungeon. So basically, it has a dungeon base and not open world one. In combat, we can do a counter attack and prevent the enemy's basic attack only when we tap the dodge button in the right timing. Combining two different buttons will create a variety of combination skill. We also can unleash and summon the Roxasa to deal an explosion damage. Anyway, it's been a year since this game released his CBT testing, and now we are still waiting for it to release on global in 2024. I'm pretty sure it will become one of the best action game RPG 2024 for mobile. Pentale Executioner. Pentale Executioner. I'm really confident this game will still become the best action RPG games on mobile even in 2024, because this game is the only action game that has an aesthetic visual art style. Honestly, I never saw any game that was created by this graphic on mobile. The game is set in a classical Chinese atmosphere, like the village, the object, and the NPC. It totally reminds me of Chinese at all. Seriously, it has a challenging gameplay, so we can cause an ultimate skill only when we press a certain button in time. But we can get a lot of help by clicking the auto skill combination. But overall, we need to play the RPG games manually. We can summon a high-grade skill card and place it with the right skill you have. Best action RPG games for Android, iOS. Metria. Seriously, the game has a huge potential, and even now, I can feel it has the best open world RPG games on mobile that were made by the most popular game developer, which by Asobimo. He always create a no pay to win RPG or MMORPG like Toram Online and Iruna Online. That's why Metria is totally game with a play for free system, even though we freely have 3 heroes on us when we just started the game. I'm sure this game will exist in the long run even in 2024. The combat mechanism is really good, super good, with a fast dynamic action that we can slash the enemy on the ground and even on the air with our combo. We can switch the hero between 3 characters. Every one of them has a different combat style, like a long range and close combat, so we can easily adjust the fighting style based on the enemy to improve our winning chance. I guarantee in 2024, this RPG game still exists and more players will play it in 2024. Let's see then. Bonus Earth Revival or Planet Reboot. This is the best upcoming games on mobile that really need to anticipate it for every player who loves a high quality action RPG games in sci-fi world. Even if the enemy has a robotic machine on his body, it really gives the player a new experience in futuristic visual. We can ride a robot to kill a huge ape monster. We will able to do a crafting by doing some survival skill, but of course we need some material before we can create new tools and equipment. The whole story will explain along the journey with a voice acting. Seriously, the music level is really cinematic and matching with every condition. Totally top tier game. This action game is not released yet, but it will be released globally in 2024 as the best open world RPG game in 2024.